Hello, 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 and welcome again to Coffee Time. We are looking at the Daily Mail website, perusing the news. So you don't have to. Top story, Prince Hazza is in court. He's been spilling the beans. It's the Daily Mirror hacking case. He's accused them of hacking, and there he is, he's going in. He's going in, and what can we take? Well, he's been really going for it. It says that the government's rock bottom, calls Paul Burrell, Diana's butler, a two-faced shit, and says stories about James Hewitt being his father made him fear he'd be ousted from the royal family. And so that's what's happening. It's funny because his brother settled all this behind the scenes without going to court, but there's always the art, isn't there? Look at that. Do you think he looks a bit like James Hewitt in this picture? I do not. Of course, you can put that rumour to bed by go away OBS update by looking for the picture of Prince Philip with a beard. I wonder if we can get that. There's a great picture. Here you go. This was on a magazine cover back in the day on Match. If I can get the actual cover up. Here we go. Paris Match from 1957. And there you go. That's Prince Philip. Or is it Prince Hazza? There we go, we've laid that rumour to bed. There you go, busted a rumour there for you. Those ginger genes are strong in the royal family. Meanwhile, in Ukraine war news, there's a major dam has been breached. Again, Ukraine blamed Russia. Russia said we didn't do it. But it's really awful what's gone on. As you can see, it's completely been breached. This is the Kharkova Dam over the Dnieper River in the south of the country. One town is completely flooded, I reckon. And yeah, it's an environmental disaster. Great. Meanwhile, good news, everybody. I reckon there's going to be a mini heat wave. And Britain will bask in sizzling 29-degree heat this week as an Iberian plume from Spain is going to bring the hottest day of 2023 so far. But of course, we're just here for the stuff for the dads there. There you go. A little bit of pictures for the dads. But really, this is what it's really like, isn't it? That's what the beaches are really like. Oh, jeez. So yeah, it's going to be hot, apparently. We're very anti-vape here, but there's more news coming out about vaping. Dr. Michael McKean, no, not that guy from Spinal Tap, the Vice President for Policy at the Royal College of Paediatricians and Child Health, that's the RCPCH. He said that children are being hospitalised with vaping-induced breathing difficulties or a disturbing youth vaping epidemic, he warned. The gadgets, which contain high dose of nicotine, are addicting children in the early stages of their development. And the RCPCH today called for a ban on all disposable e-cigarettes, warning that youth vaping has become fast and an epidemic. And there's a little graphic here, as you can see. It's rife at the kids' school. A lot of kids are doing the vaping. And they've even done an infogram about how they work and how they damage the body. Again, we won't know truly what the damage is until give it 10 years. Dr. McKean spoke on BBC Radio 4's Today programme. He said, we're now seeing children who are presenting to hospital and to clinics who've got breathing problems related to vaping. He added, we know that disposable vapes are the main vapes children are using. We've seen a disturbing rise in the number of children and young people vaping. And given that e-cigarettes have not long been available to purchase, he says it's a very difficult thing to study. It's fair to say we're not seeing a large numbers of children with severe lung disease, but it's certainly reported now where people have developed lung disease related to vaping. Again, you've got to remember, vaping was developed to help people quit cigarettes, and now it's become a thing of itself. It's quite bonkers, really. So there you go. Do you like listening to true crime podcasts? Do you listen to them to relax? Well, celebrity psychologist Dr. Thelma Tenney said this is a red flag. It's a red flag. Here she is. I don't know. I'm not aware of her work. She specialises in family, marriage and sexual therapy. And she says there's nothing healthy about being soothed by violence. I don't listen to true crime podcasts, but I like watching the crime shows on the telly, like 24 Hours in Police Custody and Real CSI. Because I like to see how the police investigate crime. But yeah, she's put out a viral video, apparently. She urges people to lean into the discomfort of boring so they can come home to themselves. Excuse me? I don't know what she's talking about. But yeah, apparently true crime, bad. Being boring, good. Got the 5 easiest dog breeds to train. This is going to be good. Dog expert Lorna Winter has got a top 5 breeds. Have they got them in order? I'm going to start at the bottom. Staffordshire Bull Terrier, the family favourite. Here he is. I'm cheeky. So yeah, they're easy to train. 2 of the staff's favourite things are cuddling and training, Lorna said. There you go. The poodle, apparently. Poodles passed as circus dogs may account for their dexterity in training. I did not know that poodles were circus dogs. The Labrador Retriever. One thing that makes Labrador Retrievers easy to train is they're extremely food motivated, but make sure you don't overfeed them when teaching them new tricks. Then we have the German Shepherd. Working dogs, again, very good to train because they're just kind of genetically programmed for it. She said they're easy to train because they're eager to work with you and hate getting into trouble. They're the perfect student. And of course, the top dog, there can only be one, and that is the Border Collie. It's over there, she's asleep. Sorry, dog cam's inactive, sorry. I disconnected it. So you can't see her anymore. They are one of the smartest breeds, the Einstein of the dog world, apparently, meaning they love to learn and can pick up new tricks quickly. However, collies' energetic nature means owners must have ample time to commit to training them, as they're not for the faint-hearted. Indeed, they're not for the amateur. You have to be an advanced dog person to have a Border Collie. All Border Collies are mad. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean that in a good way. They're just a little bit... Got a lot about Harry. Oh, this is a good one. This is Alyssa Conkle from Illinois. She was at the gym when something unfortunate happened. Are you ready? Whoopsie! Yeah, Alicia was working out on May the 24th when she went to go for a run on one of the running machines, But the 26-year-old desperately tried to cling on as her leggings got caught in the machine and ripped off. Nice thong though. There you go. I'm demonetised. So yeah, but be very careful. She did injure her face. Have we got the? Yeah. Oh yeah, she did hurt her face. And you should see the state of her knees. They're worse than mine. Have we got them? Yeah, look, skinned her knees pretty badly. Oof. But this is the shot she'll always be remembered for now. I'm sure I've seen that face before. But there you go. I'm demonetised. It'll be fine. Nobody watches this anyway. Meanwhile, if you think you're having a bad day, it's not as bad as Lee Blanning. Lee Blanning, his father John died at the age of 82 in December. And though the funeral had been planned for January 16th, he was told by funeral directors L.J. Guyan that on the day that it couldn't go ahead. And there was an investigation, and the company later found that after being sent to Bath to be prepared for the funeral, John's body was not returned to the firm's premises in Keynsham, in Somerset. Keynsham. I don't want to talk about it. This meant that when the hearse arrived at the funeral director's office, the body was still in Bath, 9 miles away. Mr. Blanning from Bristol said it was the most horrific experience of my life. Even now, a couple of months on, I don't feel that any justice has been done. Here he is pictured with his father, obviously in better times, in happier times. The funeral director admitted that Mr. Blanning was contacted and told that the hearse had broken down, but it was not true. So, they told a little white lie. So yeah, you might not want to use L.J. Guyan's funeral directors as they've got a few what do you call them, technical issues. The company said caring for a deceased person in a professional, respectful manner is the core of everything we do. Really? We accept that in this instance our robust procedures and policies have not been followed and have fallen short of our standards. We've apologised in person to our client and will continue to support them. Following a thorough investigation, we've amended our processes to ensure there are no repeats of this regrettable situation. Don't lose the body. Don't lose the body. Don't lose the body. What else have we got? So we go from one funeral to another. Because I remember I had this. This is a good one. You're going to like this. A funeral firm. This is Go As You Please. That's the name of the company. They've come up with some novel caskets. You can go in the casket of which you choose, whether it be a Dyson box, or maybe you want to go as a Gregg sausage roll, yeah, or maybe you're a Doctor Who fan. I want to go in a TARDIS. Though time travelling isn't guaranteed with that one. Yeah, they have got the casket for everyone. If maybe they died of cirrhosis of the liver, they've got a tenant's pint of tenants. Apparently, if you're a wizard, got your Harry Potter, and of course, if you were murdered at your wedding, spoilers, there's a Game of Thrones casket. Yeah, there you go. That's handy, isn't it? I don't know. What are people like? Have we got anything else going on? God, more Philip Schofield / Holly Willoughby stuff. There's just loads of it. Look, it just goes on and on. Right, it goes on from here. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, right down to Eamon Holmes. There you go. That is all the Philip Schofield stuff. They're mad on it. Mad on it. Have we got any other good stories? No, we haven't. Oh, yeah, don't want to go to... this is in Medellin, in Colombia. And this is it's a British tourist, right? And he's being attacked by, well, mini-skirted women for his phone. This is an attack to get his phone. Yeah, there you go. You don't. It was caught on CCTV, and they reckon that robberies are on the rise there. Well, again, they're very careful. Two of the women, who initially look unassuming, wearing miniskirts and crop tops, probably designed to distract, I imagine. And the target is oblivious to them. It was a corner approaching Berrio Park before they confronted him, much to the man's surprise. The two muggers then launched a frenzied attack, bashing him over the head, tugging at his backpack. But, this was El Tiempo reported on this. The attack appears to go on for at least a minute, and stunned onlookers just gasp with no effort to intervene. But yeah, but the police later did turn up. It's not a very good picture, I'm afraid. The picture is a bit ropey because it's done from ahead. The police do turn up and arrest the women. There you go. Put them into the back of a car. I should really check all these before. There's been a massive cyber attack. The BBC, British Airways, Boots, the chemist, have been the victim of a cyber attack, and they're blaming it on a gang of Russian-speaking cyber criminals. Staff at the BBC are said to be jumping about data breach linked to the Bristol-based payroll provider Zelis, which could mean that much of the corporation's major stars, including Gary Lineker, etc., have had their contract and bank details revealed. Again, they also got the payroll details of British Airways and Boots staff, but the BBC one's more interesting because I don't think anyone's worried about, I know, Betty working at Boots and what she's getting paid. Yeah. But they're more interested in what the stars, the celebrities of the BBC are. But yeah, the cybercrime gang are called Klopp. Not Klopp, really. Rafe Pillin of US cybersecurity firm SecureWorks last night said victims will be contacted and asked for money. If they refuse, they'll probably be listed and published on the Klopp site. There we go. So, are you a victim of the Klopp? Have you had the Klopp? I'm sure you can get. I'm sure you get tablets for that, can't you? Penicillin. And yeah, you might want to go to Boots Pharmacy to get your prescription for the Klopp. But don't mention the payroll because it's the payroll that's been hacked. Right. Yes. What else have we got? Here we go. Here we go. A diet coach, Chris Cavallini from Tampa Bay in Florida, the 40-year-old, has claimed there's a simple way that men can add inches to their to their old man by using nutrition and fitness. Yeah. He explained from our perspective, our confidence is very much wrapped up in our physicality, in our bodies. And the groin area is something we take a lot of pride in. He's worked with overweight men who have what's known as buried penis syndrome. That's where the fat hides the organ. And yeah, with an exercise and diet plan, you can get into better shape and actually add inches to your penis, he reckons. Now, I don't know about you, but he's got this fella in an ice bath. That's not going to add inches to your penis size, I'll tell you that. In fact, everything's going to tuck in. Everything's just going to disappear. You know? He'll have 3 Adam's apples. He will. He will. So I don't know about this fella. I don't know. But for a minute then, I thought it was a picture of me. For a minute, this is Chris Cavalier. And yeah, so if you want to end up looking like him, give him loads of money and he'll help you look like him, if you want. But yeah, diet apparently. Oh, we got talking of penises. There's Boots is now selling, is it Cialis, without the need for a prescription. Yes, folks, if you're fed up with using Viagra, you can now get Cialis, I think that's how you say it, together over the counter without a prescription. There you go. There you go. Not to be confused with the male contraceptive, which is a large pill you put in your shoe, and then when you use it, you limp, go limp. That's a terrible joke, that. But there you go. If you're in Boots, ask them about their payroll being hacked. You can get some Cialis. I'm sorry, there's just really not good stories on it today. Though we can have some stupid. Who fancies some stupid? I got you some stupid. This is Philip Carter. He was at Seaford Head in East Sussex, and the 61-year-old was just witnessing incredible stupid. There's a woman posing at the 150-foot drop in East Sussex, and he said, "That's stupid." And there are more, look, just posing right on the edge of the cliffs. So, and here's a sign: do not pass. But yeah, that's what people do. And this is much more picturesque view of it. There you go. So yeah, Philip said they were crazy. One of those young women was really close to the edge, and I thought, how could they be so stupid to risk their lives for a photograph? Don't know. No cure for stupid. Meanwhile, Jason Allen's a busker, and he was playing in Shrewsbury Town Centre on May the 12th. And he got into a bit of an altercation with the owner of the cafe nearby, Mr. Alan Lancaster. And so he was a bit. So he's saying he's blocking the way, and he said, "Don't buy his sandwiches because he's a complete knob. Don't go to Phil Potts. Just ask him not to take up so much space." There you go. Have you been to Phil Potts in Shrewsbury? What are their sandwiches like? Or have you heard Jason Allen the busker, the offensive busker? else have we got? Is there anything else here? Meanwhile in Hong Kong, I mean, this looks like an amazing optical illusion, but two 60-foot rubber ducks are being dragged into Hong Kong harbour. Okay, that's something. That's something, isn't it? Yeah, Dutch artist Florentine Hofman, his giant rubber duck sculpture, appeared 10 years ago in Victoria Harbour, and now it's back. Yeah, the yellow inflatable ducks sailed into the harbour ahead of Hoffman's new exhibition, Double Ducks. I see what he's done there this weekend. Yeah, the original duck was debuted in 2007 with the aim of putting a smile on people's faces. And since then, the duck has been around the world, visiting countries including China, New Zealand, Belgium, Japan and the United States. And I must admit, they are kind of cheery, aren't they? They cheer you up. And yeah, they're in Hong Kong at the moment. So yeah. Art, isn't it a wonderful thing? There you go. I mean, that could have been our animal story, couldn't it? No, it's because they're not real animals. I've got an animal story. I've got an animal story for you. Yeah. Just checking. Is there any more stories? I'm trying to get to the bottom, just in case there are any more. I don't know if I can do that one. Yeah, nah. I'm not doing that one. I could do. What the hell? Let's have a look. Let's see. I'm just going to read this story. Tony Camille. Okay. She's an OnlyFans model, right? And she's made a video for TikTok, and it's a challenge. What's the challenge? Well, it's the oh god, let's reset the page. I've got to find it again now. Bear with me. She uploaded this video as part of a challenge, and I can't find the story. Here we go. But you're going to have to go to her TikTok to find out. What was the challenge? Go round. It was the no bra challenge. Yes, where she takes her bra off and lets you judge. You're going to have to go to her TikTok account to see the results of that. I don't know. I think it might be clickbait. What do you reckon? Do you think that's clickbait? I think it might be. I think it might be clickbait. Yeah. I found another animal story. That's good. We can do that. But meanwhile, let's talk about Daisy Stokes of Birchington in Kent. Her little boy Reggie, who's 16 months old, she left him unattended for literally, well, a minute, and he managed to smother himself with Sudocrem. She said all hell had broken loose in the living room. She was just getting ready and left him alone for, like I said, a couple of minutes, and there was Sudocrem everywhere, on the carpet, on the sofa, and on the boy. as well. But this is what he looks like without the pseudocreme. I think she's got her hands full with that one. What do you reckon? Oh yeah. So I've got 2 animal stories for you. This is a TikTok. It's a TikTok video. The user goes under the nickname Lady F, and she's based in Devon. And what she did is she went home with her a little Dalmatian pup. Yeah, it's a surprise. And I'm not going to play the whole video because you never know. Yeah, and her husband was surprised. And look, he looks well chuffed, doesn't he? He was like, "Oh no, you can't get a dog." But he kind of gave in, because you always do, don't they? Dalmatian pup. Who could resist? Who could resist that? But I'm going to give you 2. I'm giving you 2 animal stories. This is the story of Zoe, a 3-year-old Labrador German Shepherd mix, and she is from Metairie, Louisiana, right? And she's got the Guinness World Record for world's biggest dog tongue. That's impressive. I think Layla could give her a run for her money, though. Here she is with her certificate. That is an obscenely long tongue. Yeah, it's 12.7 centimetres, 5 inches. How do they measure it? Does somebody pull it out the dog's mouth and they hold a tape measure against it? I mean, that's an impressive tongue. I reckon Layla could go for it. There you go. So there you go. Well breaking tongue. Everyone's happy. Oh my God, there's 3 people in there today. I can tell it's very popular, isn't it? Very popular. Runs in, he says, "Hey there." And Jay says, "Which is your favourite guitar that you've never owned?" What? Well, I've owned them all. So I don't know what you mean. I've owned every guitar. You name it, I've owned one. So there you go. So no, I've owned all the guitars. And Run says, "Love the ducks." Indeed, the ducks were pretty cool. Anyway, that was the news. Thank you for watching. Really, 5 people. It's a bit late now. Good to see no one's enjoying this. Mrs. is enjoying it. She loves it. She's nodding her head. And we'll do this all again soon. That was the news. Killing the channel, 1 video at a time. You know you've got to drink it out. Oh yeah.